through my what I learned this week, and it does involve Preston. But also, Preston's got some myths. Yeah, totally unrehearsed. Myths about the home inspection, and then you're not going to believe this subject. All right? This is something that's going to be true to everyone's heart. We're going to talk about negotiating repairs.
Oh, boy.
Negotiating repairs.
Man, it was a good day for me to be here.
Well, you might be the origin of some of the topic and
Those
ways
home
that you
inspectors,
work
man,
with.
they make
Oh,
your life
those
miserable.
guys. That's right. What are we going to do? All right. So here's the format. If you're just a first-time listener, or you're just hadn't had a pen in the past, or wrote it on your dashboard. My producer George is here with us. If you want to call in and you can talk about anything you want to talk about related to real estate with us, we welcome it. The lines are open now. 704-570-1110. 704-570-1110. You can pick up the phone, call us. We will put you on the air with us. Just give George a very short, brief question. He'll pick that up, and we will chat with you live on the radio. 704-570-1110, Real Estate Conversation. And you know, most of y'all call me on Monday and ask me stuff. Feel free to call us today, because if you're thinking it, I'm sure somebody else is too. So lines are open for that. All right. Here's what I learned this week, amongst many things. There's a real lack of understanding about the inspection report.
Yes.
You know, first of all, I think there needs to be some clarity around why you do one. It seems like some of the new agents and buyers really don't understand how to communicate around the home inspection and the expectations that need to be set ahead of time.
Right.
And I think that's probably some of this is in the subject of what you're talking about today.
The myths.
But you have to set clear expectations around what the inspection report is and what it is not.
Exactly.
And that's been one of the most challenging things, because if I can control my side,
Right.
but that I can't control the other side.
Yeah, and there's so many influences too. I mean, everybody's thinking it's a different thing, and you know, there's some shows on HGTV that have people believing that it's something else, and I could go off on that, but I don't want to get a letter from a lawyer saying cease and desist. But there's some unrealistic expectations there of what a home inspection is. You know. But I don't want to get you too far off your thing, but I totally agree.
But it's true. I mean, when I sit down with a seller, I'm going to go, look, the North Carolina contract says as is.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you, that's typically not the case.
Yeah.
All right?
Well, people always ask me, Paul, well, what has to be repaired? Well, actually, nothing.
Right.
Everything is negotiable. I mean, it basically hinges on the fact that you want to sell the house and I want to buy the house. And people always ask me, I said, there's usually some form of compromise. Everything's different. What the home inspection report's going to be is a picture in time of the condition of that house of already visible areas.
Yes.
They cannot see through walls. They cannot predict the future. And there's going to be a range of stuff. Nah, darn, if I could, I wouldn't be here. I'd be at the racetrack right now. Love everybody out there. But, it's just a picture in time. We can't predict the future. And then the thing is, when you get that report, there's going to be an array of stuff. Right. And I'm sure you've run into this. And this is where what you're talking about comes into play. If you had 19 offers on this house, and, there's a rotten band seal under that house, and there's a loose doorknob, maybe don't ask for the loose doorknob, but ask for the rotten band seal.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's just a picture in time of everything, but you could categorize, but I can't categorize it for you because there are some things that in your, I would say major, mid, and minor.
Yep. And in negotiation, we're going to talk about some of that, and all of you realtors that are on Facebook Live, if you could send an amen for that, I would love to see that. But I think you're right, Preston, that the report, here's the next thing, which plays exactly into what you're saying. Your guys don't make the inspection process the obstacle.
No.
Their intent is not to tear the house down, it's to create a representation of the home and a benchmark
Right.
in
right.
time, just
Right.
like what you said.
Right. It's just like, if I buy a used car, I'm gonna have my mechanic look at it because I don't wanna pay for this used car and then next week have to pay for a transmission.
Yeah.
Same thing with a house. You don't wanna buy that house and then next week have to pay for a furnace.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, no house is perfect. None. Not a new one, not anyone. It's just, like I said, it's a picture in time. Every house has a couple of things, but you've gotta be practical and pragmatic about it.
Yeah, so in order to prepare for today, I started thinking about what are some sayings that have to do with negotiation to kind of set the tone today. So here's a couple.
Okay.
All right. Whenever someone insists that he wants to buy something from you but tells you there's no real value in it yet, two things are happening. They're lying and you're being taken.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at the carny at the fair.
All right. Here's another one. We cannot negotiate with people who say what's mine is mine and what's yours is negotiable.
Was this from divorce? Is that
Well, yeah. That is.
Sounds like a female.
George.
George. That was
Oh,
not.
that was George.
That was George.
That was George.
That was George. He's over here.
Yeah.
He's over here. All right. And then here's one. When both sides are a little bit unhappy, you're probably where things should end up.
Oh, God. What's that one I always heard? It's like at some point the next person who talks loses. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah. So in a talk show, though, we don't want to be quiet the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
We're
all
paying for this airtime.
Right. So, we're trusting in the human condition. It's about appreciating what the other person is saying and keeping a level head, right?
Right.
So here's an interesting scenario that happened to me this week.
Okay.
All right. I believe it was a first-time home buyer on the other side. I think if I'd have known, we might not have taken their offer to begin with. But let's just say I represented the seller, had another agent representing the buyer.
Okay.
All right.
Was Home Inspection Carolina involved in this deal at all?
Zero.
Okay, I can talk.
Okay, good. All right. So, and I'm not going to tell you who the inspection company was, but yeah.
You don't.
Okay, I'm not
We'll
going
get another cease
Yeah,
and
that's right.
desist.
Get a sissy letter on it. Okay. So we appraised.
Right.
Yay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Good.
Good news.
That sometimes is a hurdle.
They did their inspection. Yay.
Okay.
Okay.
Within the time frame and
Right.
everything?
And they sent the inspection report, and they said, we want everything in the inspection report fixed. This is a 1983 house. 1983.
Let me ask this. Was there a lot of interest in this house and a lot of people,
See,
Yeah.
there was.
See,
Okay.
you could do that. You could get away with that in a what do you call it? A buyer's market, but not a
Right.
seller's market.
Right. Well, I have a little bit of a strategy sometimes.
Okay.
A lot of times when an offer is written and when we put a home on the market, there are certain things that I hold aside.
Okay.
Like appliances, lawnmowers, items. Because a
Right.
lot of times you'll see from the initial offer, they'll throw in a bunch of stuff. I do not let my offers come with a lot of personal items initially.
Right.
I save those personal items
For
and the
chips.
interest in those personal items as a part of the negotiation for repairs. And in this particular case, we had a lawnmower, a very nice riding lawnmower. And I don't know who the person is that's buying the house, but if you didn't have a riding lawnmower, your butt's gonna be out there a long time
big
pushing
yard,
that mower.
Big yard.
Right? So, we gave them a choice. Either $1,000
Okay.
or the mower.
Was it John Deere?
No, it was a country.
Oh, I know.
But-
Those are good. Those are good.
But it was a very expensive lawnmower.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Or even though it was used, it was worth
Oh, yeah, yeah.
way more than $1,000.
Yeah, I agree. I know that mower. Yes,
Right.
you're correct.
And after some very confusing exchanges, they chose $1,000 and a $200 used refrigerator over a mower that originally cost $4,000, probably worth $3,000.
Wow.
So my guy's gonna sell the mower for probably $3,000.
Yeah.
And I shake my head and I go, sometimes the stuff doesn't make any sense, but You never know 100% what's driving people, right?
Yeah, you never know what people.
They're not driving the mower.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
That's what Paul's really good at, is figuring out what it is that, in a negotiation, what each side wants. I've seen it happen multiple times, and sometimes it's not what you would think, but you just gotta get to the
And
bottom
you
of
ask the questions.
Right.
And you know what? I know where the other agent's position is, and I'm very empathetic. And I'll say, hey, you're busting your butt to try to make this deal happen, and I know some of this conversation is out of your control.
Right.
To the other agent, some of it is, some of it isn't.
Right.
But you know, hey, let's figure it out. Where are the hot buttons? You know, where are the gives, and how can we work it out together? And that's my point. Is if you go with a heart of collaboration and fairness, you can go a long way. So we've got myths to talk about related to inspections and negotiating repairs, and the lines are open 704-570-1110 to show your real estate today. Stay with us. It's going to be awesome. We'll be right back on News 1110 99.3 WBT.
All right. No, I don't want us to say something off there. They get us in trouble. I'll try to put it back on. I think that's cool. But you know what's great about that is everyone who's one of your friends, they immediately get notified. You know, that's what's great about the live.
Did you
have
tag
friends?
me in there?
No, I need to. I didn't tag anybody because I was such a hurry, but I will. I'll do it on the next one.
You have friends?
A couple.
I have one.
You have one?
My friend.
I have one,
Yeah,
that's all,
President.
I only have one.
You're not
that's
even
it.
my friend. You left me.
I
You
only-
came back.
I
We'd
know.
never have gotten over the
I
fact
know,
that
I
you
only
left
have,
me.
I only have one friend.
Yeah.
That's my boss.